Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a review, okay? If you have not done so already, please come on to subscribe to my channel to become a JayBird, okay? And all that goodness is 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. Okay, so do not forget to also like, comment, and share this video. You can also follow me on IG. The name was on the screen, J_Lees_Corner. It's also down below in the description box. And you can also hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up. And again, like the video, comment in the comment section, and hit the share button to share it on your social media and say, you know what, JayLee's amazing. It'll be greatly appreciated. So let's get started on this review. This is only episode 6 of the show, and I feel like nothing's really happening. I feel like are we in a time warp? It's I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? But let's see. We see Damon, the heavenly talking to whatever at the house, and he brings up, I heard it was dancers at that party with Toya or whatever. And Heavenly very much so nervously laughs or whatever. But no one knew the man would be naked. And we didn't know that part, whatever. He like, yeah, but nobody walked in and left out. You know what I'm saying? Once y'all saw the naked man, which is very, very true, whatever. But I feel like Toya was wrong, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't my party, you know what I'm saying? It was her birthday, you know what I'm saying? It was nasty, Daddy. It was, girl, you had every bit of fun on that at that party, you know what I'm saying? He was like, well, if you don't want me to be going to parties like that with naked women or whatever walking around and stuff like that, what do you think if I went to, did something like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I heard the man pitch up. Look, when he did it, I did not look. I didn't get a chance to tell you about it because you came home from work. You was tired. We had sex, and you went to bed. I'm like, ain't no way, girl. Anyway, she then said I told that boy to go away when he picked me up, whatever. Now when he picked her up, she didn't ask to be picked up, but however, when she said I sent him away, no, they then showed the footage that showed her saying, "Come here, let me get a closer look," okay, and he walked over to her, penis out swinging, okay, and she was just like, so Heavenly's making it seem as if she was innocent. Not that she was guilty of anything, but I feel like she enjoyed the night as much as she want to say, oh, it was bad, it was all Toya's fault. You enjoyed every bit of it, honey, and got a bit flustered if you ask me, but I digress. Anyway, when she said, you came home from work and was tired and we had sex, you went to bed, he said, if we have talked about 1,000 things and I didn't mention to you about naked women or whatever, you would be very, 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 very upset about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So let's just stop talking about it. Damon is upset. I think this is the most calmly of an upset Damon that we've ever seen before. But I mean, he said, I don't like me in touching my wife. And it wasn't that Heavenly did anything wrong. I do think it's one of you didn't tell him and he had to hear it from someone else. This makes it seem like he was wrong. Now I do wonder what he felt once he saw the episode and how she was acting. But girl, it was a whole bunch. So we then see all the ladies meet up at Jackie's house, because they're going to take a 4-hour bus ride to Savannah, okay? And what is it? Simone, Jackie, Buffy, Toya, Mariah, Quad, Heavenly, and Contessa. They all meet up at Jackie's new house, which is going to be under construction soon, to drive down. Now, when they all in there, they ask Mariah, now, why did you tell Aiden about, the men at Toya party or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Because now he told all the other guys, whatever. She like, y'all not about to put that on me. That don't do that or whatever. And I agree. Y'all did it on camera. She didn't tell Aiden nothing that the husbands wouldn't have seen later. She was smart. Let me tell him now, okay? So I don't have to explain it later. And for the most part, I think all the other wives mentioned it. And the picture that Mariah sent Aiden, it didn't have, too much. The one picture they showed, it was just the man. You could see the man's chest was out. Okay, he didn't have a penis in that picture or whatever. So, girl, leave alone. Anyway, Heavenly brings up on the bus, now they all on the bus, how, she didn't touch nobody penis at that party or whatever. And she was offended that man picked her up. And I said, well, you didn't, you stayed, okay? You never left the party. I digress. She there, them penises, she said the penises were too smooth. She likes them rough. I'm like, who wants a rough penis? I mean, we all want a rough penis or whatever. But no, it shouldn't feel rough. It should be smooth to touch. Okay, a little, look, let me stop. This is not this kind of party, okay? Anyway, so they have that little laugh and giggle on the bus as they driving down to Savannah. Simone then congratulates Toya because Toya and Eugene has moved into their new house or whatever. And oh, thank you so much. And we moved in, we closed on the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on, but we did it or whatever. And she then brings up, like, it's actually their second home. They still own the first one. I think they own the first one and they rent it out or whatever. But she was like, yeah, we get it's 2 houses. Heavenly, for some reason, was offended. So, why is this a big thing? You know what I'm saying? You act like, she said, you act like having a house is a big accomplishment. It is. Mainly because a lot of people I don't own a home. So I think the fact that she makes it seem like, oh, it's easy to get a home. It is not. So many people don't own a home because, you have, girl, bye. Okay. I didn't like how she made it seem as if that's a bare minimum. No, having your own house is the bare minimum. Even to rent, because there are people who don't even have their own place. They're living with other people. Something like for Toya and Eugene, who had tax issues, to be in the position where they are now, that is a big accomplishment because they were down and out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, and Toya was like, don't be jealous, Heavily. Jealous? I make 3 times as much as you, whatever, and my house is almost paid up. I said, almost. Making payments, Heavenly. And so Toya then said, well, it should be paid off. The house only worth 50, it's only worth 50 grand. I look like her. Okay. Girl, look, them two going back and forth. I'm like, here we go. But Buffy, with the confessional shade, you know what? People with real money don't talk about money. I'm saying wealth whispers and money jingles and screams very, very loud. I'm like, that's very, very true. Because it's like heavily bringing up how she make 3 times as much as Toya. You do, but y'all both paying a house note. Anyway, so at that point in time, everyone stopped arguing. But I mean, Heavenly, in my opinion, unless it seemed like they cut some out because when Toya Heavenly just got mad, it was so out the blue. But so was Heavenly. Anyway, they get to the little house that they're gonna be living in. It's like an old house or whatever, built in 1890. You know what I'm saying? It's like an old haunted house. I don't ever want to go anywhere and stay in any house that y'all say is haunted. Okay, I don't want that. Get me in a nice new non-haunted hotel. Okay, I don't want to be. I don't care if you're in Savannah and these is the old restored homes. Oh, it's I don't need no historic house. Okay, get me a house with no spirits in it. I don't want no. Don't want it. Don't need it. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, so the house has 4 rooms, even though there are 8 ladies. I never understand when they get houses or lodging, there isn't enough beds for each person. I don't ever want to go on a trip anywhere and have to share a bed with someone else. I don't. The only woman I don't want to share a bed with any woman. But you know what I'm saying? I Not me. No, thank you. But anyway, Jackie has split the rooms up to where each person will share a room with someone they get along with. Because they're there for, I think, 3 days. So Jackie and Contessa gonna share a room. Simone and Buffy gonna share a room. Mariah and Toya, and then Heavenly and Quad. Makes sense because sometimes when they try to put people in a room with someone who they at odds with, it makes them argue even more. But I digress. So all the ladies get dressed up to go to dinner, okay, and they all get dressed up in white, okay, and it's supposedly some like little tent event where you go and you kind of air out things or whatever, and have a resurgence. Was it the resurgence? Girl, I don't know, something to a reset. They kind of got to reset everything. You know what I'm saying? So they are at dinner, sitting there eating, and having a good little time. And Contessa brings up a text she got from Scott, and for some reason she has Toya read it. And the text just says how, hey, I'm going out of town for my friend's 50th birthday party. I'll be out of town from Thursday. I'm leaving Thursday. I'll be back Saturday. And that's it. Contessa's upset. Okay, I'm upset or whatever. I thought me quitting school would fix our issues, but it really, really hasn't. Because that wasn't y'all own issue. Y'all, Contessa and Scott's issue is Contessa isn't happy in life, and she don't know why. And she keeps changing things, and Scott don't know why. And she keeps making these changes, which makes Scott and the kids, the family life, the dynamic changes, and that is what's pissing Scott off. You keep doing things. You quit your job. Then you went back to work. Then you moved to Nashville. Okay, now you didn't quit school, so you keep doing things because you're not happy, and I don't know why you're not happy, and it's pissing me off. But I digress. Anyway, Toya brings up how with me and Eugene, like we don't make any decisions, until we have a discussion first, and I agree. I don't think anyone should come on and say, "Hey, I'm going out of town," now and I'm back on that day. I think it's the way to say it, like, "Hey, so and so's having a party. It's gonna be in this city from this day to this day. I'm thinking about going." Okay, well, let's make sure the kids come good. Okay, cool. So I get that whole thing, but at the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with Scott wanting to do that. It's just how he communicated that to Contessa that can be an issue. But I think because they seem to be two shits passing in the night, he let me just inform her on what I'm doing the same way she got to inform me on what she doing. I digress. And Jackie said something like, it seemed like you had, I forget, what did she say? Girl, I don't know, but I do think Contessa can't make it seem as if, because she said, I don't mind him going and doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, but it should be fine if I want to do something too. And I'm like, girl, you can't do tit for tat shit. Like, go home and talk to your husband or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And again, he's saying he's going to his friend's birthday party. You went to a college for a year in a different state. That's two different things. A person doing something they want to do. He wants to go to a little weekend party. You went for a year program in a different state. So at that point in time, Jackie brings up how, okay, we finna write down some girlfriend rules. Okay, rules that girlfriends should follow. Everybody gets a piece of paper or a little scroll. Little scroll, okay? And you're gonna write down, what you feel. One rule quad, one rule. Write down one girlfriend rule, and we gonna discuss them all or whatever. So, because we need to hit some reset buttons, you know what I'm saying, to remember why we friends. But are y'all really friends? Technically, y'all cool. Y'all co-workers, and usually 2 or 3 get along with 2 or 3, but it ain't all y'all don't get along and never have. But I digress. So Mariah brings up how, every year we do this. Every year, Jackie has some kind of group meeting or whatever. We go through the same shit every time or whatever. And she's like, I feel like at this point it's just smoke and mirrors or whatever, because how many times do we have to hit reset or whatever? You know, it's crazy. And I'm like, that's true. And they show each time Jackie has had some kind of event where they're saying, you know what, I'm tired of this. And it never really sticks. Okay, it always causes some kind of dispute later on. So each person writes down their girlfriend code. So Jackie says, I need to be a ride or die chick, meaning you won't tell me to leave my husband. However, if I need to leave him, you will be there with the moving truck. I said, okay, I get that. You don't want anyone to encourage you to give up. But once they see you have hit the end of the road, they will help you drive off to the sunsets. Anyway, someone then said, don't tell lies on others or yourself. And I said, girl, when they showed the clip of times when someone has said something that may not have been true, and they showed Lisa Nicole talk that drink on quad, I said, girl, I can't, okay? What about your lesbian relationship? Splash. I said, come on now, remember the time? Anyway, I said that's really, really cute. Toya brings up how people need to come with, was it Toya? Maybe it was Toy, I don't know. But she's brought up how people need to come with facts versus, what I'm saying, this with opinions and assumptions or whatever. Mariah brings up how, yeah, because people never even ask if something is true. They'll hear and repeat it as if it's fact or whatever. People need to fact check and research before they repeat things that are true. And for some strange reason, Jackie said, well, can you explain what you mean by that? I'm like, Jackie, you know what she mean because you did it. And she said, we know I like you. You repeated something that Quad said, but when you repeated it, you didn't say, well, Quad said this. You said it as if it was a fact. And now you were saying it as a fact. Like, now it ain't what Quad said. Now was you saying, oh, should she have told people about, Mariah being on drugs? Like, you said it like matter of factly, whatever. And I'm like, Jackie, you knew that's what she meant, but I digress. I guess we all need some kind of content or whatever. And Mariah brought up, she's like, that's why I got upset with you, because you did it and you kind of added to it. Okay, I get that part. Quad then says, respect your friends' privacy and personal business in their personal business is not owed to you. Qual, we get it. You are on a reality show and you don't want anybody in your business. I don't know why you're still on the show and you don't want the people in your business. I have no idea, because the show is all about your business, okay? She then bring Toya then say, you know what, I feel like, as friends or whatever, we should be able to ask each other questions. I should be able to say, hey, Quad, what's going on with your divorce? Like, I should be able to ask that question. Oh, are you asking me my business? She's like, well, yeah, I am. So what's going on? Well, if you must know, if you ask me my personal business or whatever, me and Greg has reached, an agreement or whatever, and it should be finished. The divorce should be wrapped up pretty fast. I don't know to this day if them two is still married, but I don't know. Who really cares? So, next up, I think it was Buffy who said, accept me as I am. I'm a flawed person, but my heart is pure. I make mistakes and blah, 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 blah. And for some reason, Buffy started crying. Just have a hard time keeping friends, because of my success. I can't, it's hard to tell people that I'm at the top. I'm looking like, because you bragging. People who are Beyonce don't have to tell anybody that she's Beyonce. Okay, you get to a level to where with your friends, you don't have to say, "Girl, I'm balling." Girl, you don't have to do that, because they just know what's going on, and it's the way in how you do it. And the way she was crying, as if I'm like, you girl, Buffy, ma'am, no, thank you. Not today. Mm-mm. As Ghost said, have whatever kind of day you're gonna have. I'm not here for it. Okay. Anyway, I can't keep friends because of my success. No, you seem to be bougie and you brag and they don't like that or whatever. Because some people can't handle how successful I am. Okay, if you say so. Anyway, we then see someone else that don't disrespect a husband, especially in the wife's presence. I mean, they all do that, and they all kind of agree. But how about we don't go on? We don't talk about family. But let's leave moms out of it. This kid. Let's just not talk about husbands or family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they then all have candles, and one person's candle lights the other person's candle, and it goes. So now they made a circle of candles. I'm looking like, Jackie in her rituals is just like, girl, come on, let it go. And so Jackie said, I'm going to write all these down, okay? I'm going to make copies, and everyone will get a list of each person, you know what I'm saying, girlfriend code, okay, to hold fast to them, okay? That's what we going to do. I say if you say so. And so we then see they kind of disperse or whatever. Now, Jackie see that Jackie see that Mariah isn't really happy or whatever. And she say, no, I'm not happy, whatever. Mainly because she's still upset that Quad said she was on drugs and how no one has called Quad out on it. Okay, again, Quad say things and Quad do things or whatever, and nobody calls her out on her bullshit. So everybody kind of leave out or whatever, and we see that Toya and Quad are talking. And she's like, Mariah is really upset, about that whole drug accusation thing, whatever. Like, she's really hurt with that. Well, she's hurt me over the years, so I mean, it is what it is. I'm like, what the? Okay. Anyway, but she then said, but I know I saw what I saw. Toya then say, well, maybe, are you sure you didn't see, you didn't misinterpret what you saw? No, I saw what I saw. She's like, look, I went with Mariah to, a drug testing facility. So they then show video of Toya and Mariah going, and the place, it was like a whole little doctor's office or whatever, who did a hair test, okay? And they showed them cutting hair from Mariah's scalp. Not her wig, her hair, okay? Cutting it from the end. She's like, I'll take a picture from the front, the back, and the middle, whatever. And she had long hair, you know what I'm saying? And then, so she said, I went with her, and the test came back negative that she didn't have any drugs in her system, for the past 5 to 10 years. I said, 5 to 10 years? How they do that? So I Googled it. So they said when you do a hair follicle test, depending on the length of your hair, that can determine, how far back, it's in that you have not had drugs. Because the more your hair grows, the longer that's a trace of what's in your system. And they said the shorter the hair is about so usually they take a little bit of hair because that's they need 90 days worth of whatever. But they took from her scalp, and they took a long piece of hair. And so the longer the hair, the longer the test can say, okay, at least this hair strand is about, 5 years of growth. Okay, it's about 5 years of growth. So this will show us what's been in her system for, the past 5 to 10 years or whatever. And so Toy told Quad, the test proved, and it came back, for the past 5 to 10 years, she has no drugs in her system. So what do you make with that, where her test results come back negative? Quad said, it's inconclusive. I said, bitch, what? No, the test is not inconclusive, bitch. You are inconclusive because you don't know what you. Girl, when she said it's inconclusive, I said I don't even think Quad know what that words mean because it didn't match. It didn't match. It didn't go. It's inconclusive. Anyway, I'm like, girl, Toya say, I don't believe Quad. I don't believe Quad, some right or whatever you're saying, mainly because they say stuff about each other so much over the years, you really can't believe one or the other for certain stuff. But again, Mariah went as far as to take a drug test and have them cut her hair to prove she did not have any drugs in her system. I think over time, this is because it's one thing to say, oh, so and so was broke at one time, so and so kid is not, that stuff or whatever. It's different to say someone has a drug problem. That's just different or whatever. Toy said, how about you and Mariah can maybe one day get to a point where y'all are in a better place? We're cordial, Toya, and that's as good as it's gonna get right now. I said, well, okay. So they get on the bus, and Mariah starts to go in. Not even go in. Mariah starts to calmly bring up, and she asked them to let her say something. I just don't like how somebody lied on me, and people know she lying, and no one is saying anything, okay? And then from that point on, Quad was pissed, Heavenly was pissed, whatever. I didn't lie on you. I'm a liar. I'm sorry. I don't lie. I'm like, Quad, you do lie, whatever. I don't lie. I saw what I saw. You have lied on me, Mariah. So what? I'm like, why are y'all arguing? Even though Mariah did not say Quad's name, we all knew what she was talking about. And then from there, Heavenly then say, and I believe Quad. Yeah, I believe that you on drugs. Yes, I do believe because you be acting real erratic. Okay, your erratic behavior means that you are probably on drugs. They then show when they was on the beach that one day and Mariah cracked a glass or whatever. If you ask me, Quad's behavior and Heavenly's behavior is more drug addict if you ask me. And let's not forget, uh, Heavenly, the first 2 seasons that she was on the show, she had a coffee cup with her at all times drinking liquor. That's who was having a addiction, okay? Not even an addiction. I'm not going to say that she was addicted, but she still was sneaking and drinking, okay? When you put your liquor in a coffee cup and tell people that you're drinking coffee, but it's really liquor, you're hiding a habit, okay? I don't think that Mariah is a cocaine person or whatever. If she is, I don't know. But I do think if she took a drug test and it came back negative, then she not on drugs. Period. Okay, I don't care. She didn't. They showed them take hair of her scalp. Anyway, so at this point in time, it's a lot of fussing and arguing, a lot of fussing and arguing. You know what I'm saying? You lied on my husband, Mariah. You lied on my. I never said what he did. Okay, so I didn't lie. I said, no, Mariah, you did say you want to see the receipts. You want to see the receipts, baby? I got some. So in that aspect, you did lie. But again, that had nothing to do what Mariah and Quad is fussing about. Okay. And I'm like, what? It's just kind of crazy or whatever. At this point in time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on Look, fussing, going back and forth all over the place. Contessa's like, I'm so tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Quiet and Mariah talk shit about each other all the time, whatever. I just don't, ain't no need in either one of them asking any of us to defend them when they do this all the time. I agree with Contessa. You can't ask us to pick sides. If you said it, y'all both say shit back and forth. That's on y'all. But I do feel like if I don't believe that Mariah do drugs, I will say, well, I don't believe you do drugs. So girl, it's fine. But it was the thing that no one besides Toya said anything. Anything. Okay, I'm not, well, that also tells you how they feel. So they at the house, everybody kind of get on the bus, whatever. Toya then said to Heavenly, like, Heavenly, why did you get involved? Like, they was not, like, it didn't have anything to do with you, okay? It was mainly about Mariah and Quad. Whatever. She included me. She brought me the shit. And I'm like, Heavenly, no, she didn't, or whatever. But Heavenly is batshit crazy, whatever. Now, Heavenly and Toya fussing. Okay, shut up, Toya. You just shut up. Okay, whatever. Because your mama got on me like, what her mama? Heavenly is good for bringing in someone's mama. And honey, when Toya said, my mama is ghetto, okay? Yep, she hood, yep, she's whatever. And if you said to her, she would drag your ass off this bus, bitch. I said, oh. Toya then said, and this made me cackle. So he said, my mama's old high school is called Murder Right, okay? And I said, bitch, first of all. So first of all, I went to Murray Wright, okay? Murray Wright was my high school. I went there all 4 years. And it was known as Murder Rights because we don't play no games. Okay, and you know what I'm saying, we rough. We was rough at Murray, whatever. You got a crash course and all kind of things at Murray Wright, but it was nicknamed Murder Right. You know, and it was that name when her mama went there, when my mama went there, because my mom went to Murray Wright as well. And I did too. So, I mean, when she said that, I say, bitch, I keep forgetting Toya's from my city, okay? And that is what Toya said is absolutely true. We would drag a bitch. We absolutely will, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't Murray, it ain't right, okay? Anyway, so, when we don't play no games. Not then, not now, not ever. So, they all get off the bus. They're on the porch fussing and whatever because Jackie can't find the key to the house. And, again, they just back and forth with it, back and forth with it, back and forth with it. At that point, I didn't care. They get out finally, Quad is yelling and fussing. So is Mariah. Mariah been going to the house and she calls Aiden. Because she's sad, she's upset, she's actually crying. They just won't come, they just won't listen. Like, they won't defend me or whatever, They letting her say whatever. Like, she can say whatever she want about me and no one even attempts to call her out on her bullshit. Mariah, you and Quad are the same, but I will say I'm more Team Mariah than I am ever Team Quad, okay? So Toya comes in and she kind of consoles Mariah, gives her a hug, calms her down or whatever. But we then see each lady having a conversation with each other. Contessa brings up how I feel like them two arguing is just off limits. When they argue, we should just not get involved because, again, they consistently do that and it's kind of crazy. Simone brings up how she feels bad for Mariah because Mariah is looking for a resolution that won't ever happen. Okay. Quad brings up Mariah's always lying on me. Heavenly says how I'm a ride or die friend, so I can't say nothing except I believe you, Quad. And then Toya Mariah is outside praying. Foolishness all up and through. Anyway, I'm done. Peace.